Hey guys, Mick here again. Alright, I'm going to talk about a subject that may get people telling me I'm a dickhead, may get people agreeing with me, may get people believing in what I'm saying, may get people that say, Mick, you're a fucking dickhead. Anyway, I was going to talk about what I've experienced and what I've experienced for a very, very long time. Since the age of 8, basically. And what I'm about to talk about, you guys might freak out, but I'm going to talk about ghosts and spirits. Where do I begin? Okay, listen, I never really believed in that kind of stuff before, and I'm going to tell you some real experiences that I actually had or felt, physically felt, from a ghost or a spirit in the house I grew up. And that experience happened at about 15, 16. But that experience made me think before that of experiences that I copped that I never thought about or realised. So how can I say this? I'm not. How can I say? I've been brought up as a Catholic. I always went to Catholic schools, and was taught the way of the Lord and whatnot. Can I say it? I believe in God. I believe there is a God out there. God is a word, whatever it is, but I believe there is something out there. And I guess the reason why I do believe there is something out there, and the reason why I believe it more so, is because what I experienced when I was 15 or 16, I can't remember the exact age, but I was around about that age. So what I experienced back then kicked it off and said, okay, shit, there's got to be something more. I mean, I experienced a spirit, I experienced something that was paranormal. And no bullshit, guys, I'm not pulling your chain. I'm telling you, I've experienced it, and I wouldn't do this video if I didn't experience it. And I'm sure after this video, there may be a few people that experienced other things, But look, I don't care. Look, if you don't believe me, it doesn't matter. I mean, I believe it because I felt it. And a lot of my mates that I've spoken to and explained it, they believe it. People believe it. Some people don't, some people do. I never believed it before that, but I believe it now. So, let's get into the story, or stories, okay. So, I'll start back. So, yeah, 15, 16. I grew up at a suburb called Clempton Park. Yeah, a new suburb, wasn't old, no old houses, maybe the houses were built in the 40s, 50s, 60s. Probably more, probably more 50s, 40s they were built. And, I had a very good childhood. My parents were very good, had whatever a kid needed back then. And I remember once, I was sleeping in my bed, and, especially winter time. Fucking this smoke won't friggin' light up. What's going on? Anyway, especially winter time, I'd be sleeping. I'd have the doona over me, and I remember clearly for every night for years, I'd be sleeping with the doona, and there'd be someone, not someone, but I didn't realise, but I'd be tugging with my blanket. Like, I'd be sleeping and I'd be waking up in the middle of the night and, just pulling my blanket over and, this and that. And then, no bullshit, I'd wake up nearly every night for a certain while, and my blanket would be on the other side of the fucking bedroom. It'd be, boom, on the other side of the bedroom. You know what I mean? And I didn't pay attention to it. I thought maybe I woke up, wrapped my doona around me, went to the toilet, did a piss, and came back and maybe dropped the blanket on near the door. Mind you, 5 metres away from my bed, because I had a pretty big bedroom. Well, not 5 metres, say 3 metres, 3.5 metres. And went to bed and just left it there, you know, and went to sleep. So that happened for years, like years. Alright, I'm talking about years. And even so, my girlfriend, which is my wife now, my girlfriend used to not sleep over, but she'd have a snooze, you know what I mean? She'd hang at my house late at night, we'd watch TV in my bedroom and, you know, do other things, anyway. And, you know, she'd have a bit of a snooze and, you know, and many times she'd go, babe, were you pulling a blanket off me? I go, no, I wasn't on the bedroom, like, what are you talking about? She goes, someone was, you know, pulling a blanket off me. And I go, well, it wasn't me, I don't know what you're talking about. So that's just some of the stuff, you know what I mean? And the night that made me realise, and this happened for years, guys, and I'm telling you, this happened for years without me even realising what was going on. And then, one night, I came home. I think I was at school, I was still at school, I was about 16. I came home, you know, had dinner, all the kind of stuff, this and that. And I went to bed. And my bed, okay, so picture my bedroom. My bed's in the middle of the bedroom. On the right side I've got a desk for my homework and stuff. Right opposite my bed is a window. And then on the left side is a bedside table, and then my door's there. And then on the left side I've got the mirror cupboards. Okay? So if you can picture that, picture that. So I went to bed, lied down, turned the lights off. The moon was shining through the window, had my curtain open. The moon was shining through the window. There was light in the room. The lights were turned off, but the moonlight was enough to illuminate my room, where I could see my bedside table, I could see my cupboard, I could see my desk, I could see the window, I could see my walls, I could see everything, but just very faintly, you know what I mean? And I lied down on my back, you know, just lying there, and I started thinking about the day and the next day and stuff like that. And every time I go to bed, I lie down for about 5 minutes and just think, you know what I mean? Just think. Anyway, I was lying in my bed for about, no bullshit, no more than 2 minutes, okay? I was lying dead on my back, like this. And then all of a sudden, my door was closed, my window was closed, there was no air at all going through my window. And I don't know how to explain this. Maybe I'll grab something to explain it. Hold on. I'll grab this, okay? So this piece of paper. So I'm lying down on my back, my neck's here, my bedside table's there, and all of a sudden, no bullshit, as strong as this, like that on my neck. Alright? That strong. And I was lying down and that on my neck, and I opened my eyes and I go, what the fuck was that? And I was too scared to look, you know what I mean? I'm going, what the fuck was that, you know what I mean? And I slowly looked to the left, like that, and no bullshit, and I don't care if you guys think Mickey are full of shit, I know this is the truth, no bullshit, there was this pitch black cloud, like, I can't explain how big it was, but this big black cloud of fucking black smoke was there, about that far away from my head, hovering on top of my fucking bedside table. And I'm looking at it, and I'm going, I'm going, what's going on, you know? And I was scared, I was frozen, I was like, shit, you know what I mean? It was just there. And so luckily my bed was in the middle of the room, and I slid off to the side of my bed, and quickly jumped up, turned the lamp on my study table, and boom, it was gone. Nothing was there. Boom, ran out of my room, ran to my parents' room, and woke my mum up and told her, and she's going, oh, shut up, what are you talking about? You're nuts, you're drunk, whatever, you know what I mean? I wasn't drunk, I'm 15, I didn't start drinking, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I slept on the couch for 1 week. I was just, no way I'm going to sleep in that friggin' bedroom. Anyway. And this video is going to go on pretty long. It's 9 minutes. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of stories to tell, so I'm going to have to do this in parts, alright? So, it took me a week to get back in that bedroom. And I changed all the furniture around. I go, fuck this. I moved my bed from the middle, I moved it to the corner. Friggin' slept with a knife under my pillow. What's a knife going to do against a ghost? But anyway, it just kept me friggin' sane. I moved my bed, put it on the corner, so my window was there, and blah blah blah, whatever. And I slept, and nothing happened for a while, a long time. And again, that's when my blanket started coming off my bed. I'd be sleeping, and you know, tugging it, and bang, my friggin' doona would be on the other side of the fucking bedroom. And I go, what's going on here? And I kind of got used to it, you know what I mean? I kind of go, well, this thing ain't hurting me. And back then I didn't really realise what was going on. And then I remembered back, and this is only the past 5-10 years that I remember this, because I actually saw a counsellor for my marriage, and I did a video on my marriage just before. But I saw a counsellor for my marriage because I was going through some shit. But she started touching on other shit. Anyway, so she started saying, look, write down everything that was good and bad in your life from as far as you remember. I go, okay, no worries. So I did it, and I realised I couldn't remember anything before 7. And she goes, well, that's bad, you know, something's happened to you, you know, this and that. I go, what are you talking about? You're just trying to ride me for money, you know, like, I was paying this chick $200 a session, you know. And she's going, oh, you know, I think something's happened to you and you don't realise what's happened, this and that. I go, what are you saying? I've been friggin' molested as a kid? I go, I ain't been molested. I would have remembered that shit, you know, like, piss off. So I pissed her off. I go, nah, I'm not paying you $200 anymore. You're riding me, you know what I mean? And then I remembered something. And this might trip you out, or you might say, Mick, you're a fucking dickhead. Anyway, I remembered that I was in my backyard. I would have been about 8 years old. And I was playing near my my Hills hoist, my clothesline. And this kid, I remember my mum must have been next door or in the house somewhere. Anyway, I was playing in the backyard by myself. And this kid came in and just walked, because my side gate was open. He walked in. And I looked at him and go, how you going? Like, I'm a kid, you know, I'm 8 years old, 7 years old. I go, who are you? And he just didn't say nothing. He didn't say not one word. And what he did, he came up, grabbed the peg from a clothesline, he took it apart, then he, I don't know what he did, but he turned it inside out, put it back together, blew on it and made a whistle. Like this, you know what I mean? And then he handed it to me, and he just walked off. And not disappeared, but he walked off. You know, I saw him walk back behind the house and go. And I was so infatuated with what he did with that peg that I was trying to do it and blow a whistle, and I couldn't do it. So I ran out to the front, and I couldn't see him. He was gone. And you know, I even ran through my past my street, because I lived next to a park. Looked at the park, looked around. That kid was gone, and I never saw him again, ever, from that day. And it started making me think, this ghost experience in my room, well, these ghostlies or spirit experience in my room, this kid walked into my backyard that I'd never seen before, did this thing with a friggin' peg, blew a whistle, and disappeared, basically. And I never saw him again. And it made me start thinking. And then I remember that one day I woke up in the middle of the night for no reason. My bed, this is before I put my bed in the corner, but I remember I woke up in the middle of the night, and for a split second, maybe 2 seconds, I saw this kid on his bum with his knees up, looking at the ground like that, just looking down the floor, underneath my windowsill. And, you know, I was going like this, and he was gone, you know what I mean? So, I'm getting chills. Anyway, I'm going to stop filming. I'm going to have to do another part 2 to this, so I'll stop filming.